Hey,
Hey everyone, how are you today? Yes, it's in the you're in the Kokua Vida house in from Florida. We are going to have a 30 minutes together with you guys now and talk about the amazing endocannabinoid system and what hemp can do for you to have optimal health. So we are waiting. Dr. Danu, he will come in between patients and stuff. He has a lot. Is bombarded with patients today. Our beloved Dr. Danu is amazing and a co-owner of Coca Vida, Back to Nature. Okay, let's get this party started. So you see the question, the human condition. Oy, oy, oy. That's a big topic. And well, we all whatever age we are, we pursue happiness. We want to be happy, I guess, most of us, and be peaceful, and have just a good health as much as we can. It's not easy, especially in today's world. I mean, it's always been a challenge for people, of course, because none of us are perfect. We try to strive for the perfection every day, right? And how beautiful it is to talk about a couple of secrets, actually. But before we go into that, let's look at this disclaimer first. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only, and is not intended as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice or diagnosis or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have read or received from this contact. Okay, now we got the legal beagle out of the way. Let's go into. Nice. I love that jingle. So many people have asked us, what does Coco Vida mean? Well, Coco Vida means help life, actually. So Kokua is from the how, and it's a Hawaiian name. So and that Kokua means help in Hawaiian, and Vida is life in Latin and Spanish. So help life. Actually, we go even one step further. We are um, purpose before profit kind of company. So everything we do, we deliberately looking for the best win-win scenario for our beloved customers, and also for our affiliates, and also for us as a company. So we kind of like, we want everybody to win. So we don't overprice our products like a lot of other companies do. We have a very healthy system, and that's why I think a lot of people just love what we do, and I'm so grateful for all of you believing in our journey. There is a problem out there, which is actually it's a syndrome. It's a real clinical thing, which has arisen lately. It's not that long ago they actually figure out that there is a secret system in the body they didn't know about. But that system, when that is out of balance, you have something called CEDSD, so it's clinical endocannabinoid deficiency syndrome. What does that mean? Let's go deep dive a little bit. So when this system doesn't function, so imagine in your whole body, you have all these receptors interconnected with each other. And when those receptors doesn't really are fed with cannabinoids, which they actually need. So cannabinoids, it's one of those compounds that the endocannabinoid system feeds on. We need to have those compounds. Otherwise, well, it doesn't work so well. It's like if you drink one or two zips of water every day, you will be depleted in water and you won't feel well. And that's just one thing. So imagine all these things: migraines, IBS, fibromyalgia, lack of sleep, high level of stress, depression, anxiety. All those actually, and here's what the doctors are telling us, that most of these problems actually is because or aggravated or even enhanced because of the endocannabinoid system not being in balance. So of course, when we don't sleep well, well, that can be a lot of causes, but most of them is basically actually we are just out of balance with nutrition and different stuff, or stress keeps us awake because we are super stressed, and that can be actually helped with feeding this endocannabinoid system, and it will relax you and help you sleep better, etc., etc. Um, So, oh my goodness, I don't know about you, but I was shocked learning that most of the brands in the world are owned by just like, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10-ish companies have swooped up and basically owning the marketplace on food. I mean, wow. It was a shocker for me to see that it's not more than that. So, and they buy up different brands. So you can see here on the chart, there are a lot of different brands you probably recognize. Well, uh, one thing that Kim and I, my wife, has we encountered a lot lately. I mean, last years, basically, but especially the last year, it has exploded with bioengineered ingredients in our bread, in our whatever we almost look at. Now we're looking for it, and now we see it everywhere almost. So we're not buying that, of course, anymore because we reject it and it's not healthy for the body. It's like eating plastic, I guess, or something. Is a dead something. It doesn't help the body 1 inch. So GMOs, and of course, for some reason, this is all wrapped in a propaganda that is healthy and is good. Oh my goodness, whatever. So I guess the big pharma power, they do have a grip on society for their agenda, and most of them are actually just profiting, over this, and it's cheaper to produce, I guess. I don't want to go mega down into the rabbit hole on this, but the food industry, I don't know about you, but it's getting really, really bad. It's and it doesn't seem like the authorities wants to ban these synthetic stuff. They want to ban healthy stuff, but not synthetic stuff. So it's very, very unhealthy and unbalanced. They should be ashamed of each other, themselves, actually, to hurt people like that. Anyway, so that's a more, you can deep dive on that another day. It's a very big topic, but mainly I've seen this since I was a kid, and I knew this. I felt it, like the profit in sick care, if you will. So they just think about profit, and they can party on the yachts and having fun, which is not necessarily wrong thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, well, profit goes before people, basically, in this case, and that's sadly the fact. So let's go into the next stuff also, which is like you have drug companies completely on your mainstream media. So whatever you hear on the news, it might be a little bit different agenda behind all that. I would call it kind of like propaganda, basically. So the first time I heard about hemp and CBD and such, what it can do, I very early on noticed that, look at the media. I mean, they're suppressing this poor misunderstood hemp plant. They're suppressing it almost everywhere. You can't advertise CBD. You can. They don't allow it. And but it has been with humanity since like 5,000-6,000 years, and it's been one of our friends, very, very educated. He said, like, the whole United States was built on hemp, hemp helping the farms and ropes and bags and clothes and everything. Even during the World War II, you wouldn't believe. I mean, Hemp for Victory. They did a whole video spiel and such like that. Oh, um, okay, so I guess we are on the same page with us. So, what does humanity need? The solution. So, here's a very interesting thing. This maybe you have heard about it, maybe you haven't, but it's called something called ECS for short. So, endocannabinoid system. It does mean. So, let's go back like 35 years, somewhat like that. There was a lot of studies has been conducted why cannabinoids are so effective in the body. And one doctor in Israel, Dr. Mechulam, he actually dissected people and find this receptors all over the body. So you see all this, they're green actually. These receptors are actually green in the body. They found a color on it. Anyway, it's unbelievable what it can do. So let's just go through a little bit here. We all have a brain, hopefully. I sometimes have my sick jokes. I'm not sure if that comes from my brain, but that's anyway. Dry jokes is my thing. But brain, we have lungs. We love to breathe, don't we? We have a cardiovascular system, and I just read the other day that the cardiovascular problems, heart attacks and stuff like that, is the #1 cause of death in the United States and mostly in the world. Actually, there are some blue zones here and there that they don't have that problem because they eat a lot of omega-3s and exercise every day and such. There is even a video on Netflix, I believe, that you can watch. It's called the Blue Zone. It's unbelievable interesting to see what only these two, healthy food, some social, and then they walked and exercised almost every day naturally, not like a gym stuff, but normally. And it actually helps the body to stay younger and live longer. Anyway, you have your liver system, which needs to clean it's like a chemical plant inside of the body, which helps you. Without that, we will die very fast. We will like go down immediately, in a couple of minutes, I think. Anyway, we need that liver. Intestines, oh my goodness, we don't feel well when we hurt in our stomachs. Most of us has had some stomach issues probably in our lifetime, so that's not good. Immune system, we want a big immune system, strong, so we can deter and fight all kinds of attacks into the body. Bones, strong bones, yes. Muscles, we want muscles, of course, and that's one of the main things we want to keep as long as possible, the doctor says, because if you don't have muscles, we kind of deteriorate and we can't keep ourselves upright. We need those muscles in combination with the good bones. Reproduction system, well, we all need that to be as healthy as possible, as long as possible. Pancreas and spleen. So if you think about all these in the body, all these things in the body, they need to communicate. They need to be in harmony. They need to be in a balance. And that system is called the ECS, that they can communicate really well. And what does the ECS system need? Well, the ECS system need cannabinoids. So to do the pain management, to do the muscle relaxation, to have a stress management in the body, and also all the processes in the brain, for the brain to function. Actually, there are PubMed studies that actually suggest that when you consume CBD and cannabinoids, you actually increase your IQ in the brain. Maybe that's why a lot of musicians and artists, and when they take cannabinoids of the different kind, they kind of go into this very, very amazing world, and they feel things better. They can come up with things better, and it's kind of interesting. And how that works. And that actually, I must say, true. So appetite stimulation. Oh my goodness, I didn't know. Maybe you did, but I didn't know that we have little bit cannabinoids and CBD and stuff in the breast milk. So one of the first thing that develops in a child is actually the receptors. This receptor 1, receptor 2. Why? Because it's appetite stimulation system. The ECS system supports appetite. That's why you've probably heard when somebody takes a gummy or so, oh, I get the munchies. You know, they want to eat and wanna, that's exactly the function for a small child too. Imagine that it's actually in the breast milk also. Unbelievable. I have since 7 8 years now been in this field. I love it so much with my heart, and because I understand how I understood very early on how the whole system is interconnected. It's actually, how can this be deemed as drug? I have no clue really. Then say there are other forces in the hierarchy of humans that has deemed this as a threat to them instead of a help. So my goodness. Anyway, so let's talk about a little bit heavier stuff. All these big diseases, you know, like Alzheimer's, and degenerative diseases. Uh, I don't know about you, but I was shocked, literally, learning about that United States has a patent of CBD since 2003, and this patent, especially in the summary, you wouldn't believe what it says. Unbelievable. They actually proved that CBD can do this. Otherwise, they wouldn't have got the patent. So the patent has to have some technical attached to it, and that proof right there is in the pudding, as they said. As in this case, it's in the CBD tincture, our version. It actually says things I don't even dare to read it to you guys because it's so strong worded. But Google it and see for yourself what it can do, and that's why I take CBD and our cannabinoids. So I don't want to develop these bigger diseases, and it actually says it can um, do some remarkable things for the body. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, and then the plant in itself, the hemp plant, has a lot of cannabinoids. There are nobody really knows exactly how many cannabinoids there are, but there are like a lot, like 100, 150, 160. They are still counting because the research, because of the 80 years of suppression, 1937, they banned hemp, as you may know. But all this time it has been banned. Also, like education and research was banned. So basically, you have this CBD in the hemp plant, very strong and very little THC. In the marijuana plant, which is not the same as hemp, they are related, like a cousin, but they are not the same. So THC is a lot of it's high in, no pun intended, it's high in the marijuana plant and low CBD. But we are only working with the hemp plant and compliant with the federal laws. Okay, so the CBD, CBC, THCV, CBN, CBG, all these have amazing documented effects in the body now. So imagine consuming these every single day, and then you feed this beautiful ECS system. You have the brain, you have the lungs, you have the cardiovascular system, etc., muscles. I mean, everything. It just beautifully balances out, communicates with all the what needs to be done, what needs to be repaired, what needs to be enhanced, and this is the big reveal, that the secret to health that they don't want you to know. That it's so weird, the whole thing. But luckily the cat is out of the bag, so it's hard to them to lump in hemp into the this Schedule 1 again, because it's should have never been there from the start. That's I honestly I have no words for what they have caused for humanity. Anyway, so but you can change that. You can consume these beautiful products.
Hello,
Let's
my name is Dr.
listen
David
to
Allen. I'm a
this
retired
doctor
cardiac
talking
surgeon
about
and member of the International Cannabinoid
endocannabis.
Research Society, ICRS. That means I'm a cannabinoid research scientist. And I'm here to tell you about the discovery of the endocannabinoid system, the ECS, and the significance and how it will change medicine. And we discovered the endocannabinoid system about 30 years ago, and we really didn't understand the significance of its discovery. And so we found out that this is a chemical communication that your body has. It's not electrical, it's chemical, and it's kind of like the hormone systems that people are familiar with. And your body makes these cannabinoids. They're endogenous, so they're endocannabinoids, and they perform some miraculous functions in the body. And we're just learning the significance of these functions. And basically, the endocannabinoid system is responsible for homeostasis. Most people don't understand what that really means, but it's the body's ability to maintain itself and function in the proper environment. And so it's critically important that that doctors in the future understand this control mechanism. And we're finding out that that manipulation of this endocannabinoid system will control diabetes. It controls cancer. It controls whether you can survive a heart attack or stroke. And so this is critically important for doctors to understand this new science. And the discovery of the endocannabinoid system is the single most important medical scientific discovery ever, and will save more lives than the discovery and application of sterile surgical technique. And I'm a heart surgeon saying that. So more people will be saved by manipulation of the endocannabinoid system than are currently saved by surgery.
But recent research.
Oh wow, how about that? We can listen to that. We don't have the time right now, so let's right.
Hello.
Oops, let's go to the next one. So what does people say? I mean, we have so much 5-star reviews. It's amazing. So one of our Sylvia V here says no stress. She's a naturopath and she uses it naturally to help achieve a better quality of life. I tried many CBDs, but none of them had such a quick effect. My well-being is much better, and I saw stressful situations quickly and calmly. Wow, thank you so much for that, Sylvia. And we have our own Dr. Jeff in the house. Yay!
How are you,
Hey,
sir?
hi, Dr. Daniel. How are you today?
It's one of those days. I'm good, but it's one of those. I'm going to go ahead and apologize ahead of time. I have an ill patient in the next room, and a ambulance is on the way to grab them. So I'm going to have to run out here in just a minute. So
Oh, okay.
I
So Jeff,
apologize.
no, Jeff. Okay, then I just stop to share for a minute and just so one of your we are in reviews right now. So if you would you highlight a couple of reviews of our quality and our products to feed this ACS system, because we do have a little we are different than most
Yes,
CBD companies out there.
yes, for sure,
Deliberately. Yes.
for sure. You have some of the reviews. You're.
No, I mean, top of your head,
Oh,
you know,
gotcha.
what is
Oh,
people saying to you? You know, like
absolutely.
so
So the number one thing is that I get is the quality of the medication. What I'm gonna call it medication, the supplement for the price. I mean, that really you go 85 milligrams around that range in other companies, you're looking for, $200 to $400. And when we can give something organic, this concentrated, we've seen the certificate of analysis and kind of what's in that product, and you can get all that for that price. And oh yeah, by the way, we're going to give you another one for free. I just don't think that well, I know that you're not going to find that anywhere else. So the reviews I get back is, wow, this is amazing. I hate to use the word inexpensive, but it's not expensive. It's not a cheap product, but it's not expensive. So my sleep is the big thing that I see. I always, you guys hear me talk on these things all the time, and um, I'll give a kind of a roundabout thing. I went to an anti-aging conference at the end of last year in December. It was in Vegas. Dr. Oz was there. For you guys that know Dr. Oz, and Tony Roberts' doctor was there. And there's a series on Netflix called The Blue Zone, and that guy talks about living to 100 years old. Anyway, all these guys were there, and the title of it was longevity. So what we learned is that exercise is the key. We all talk about you got to move 30 minutes, 5 days a week, but the great rehabilitator is sleep. So if you don't sleep, it's kind of, I tell them, you're going to sabotage every good thing that we're doing by not sleeping. So we have a product that we believe, we know will fix that for you. So that's the biggest thing I get is I haven't slept this well in so long, and I
Right.
feel so calm and less stressed the next day. I mean, that's every single day I hear that. That's the testimony over and over. So that's in a roundabout way. That's what I hear every day.
Wow. And of course, you use broad spectrum and such a things by yourself too. And have you
Absolutely.
noticed anything in your life, in
Yeah,
your
well, so if you know me, I have a few things going on in life. I have a couple of
yes,
businesses that I work with, and so
yes,
keeping my
good.
cortisol at bay is really important for me because cortisol is very inflammatory. So I
Mm.
always take it at night, and I look at my schedule for the day, which the majority of them, 5 of the 7 days at least, are pretty busy. I do another one half to one dropper during the day as well. So I do that AM PM that we teach. So it keeps me, calm, keeps my stress level low. Oh, by the way, my joints don't hurt as much as well, and I'll take that as an added benefit as well because the anti-inflammatory effect. So I'm all in on the AM PM and supporting your ECS because I practice it and I preach it. I hope because it does
Yes.
work. It does work.
You're amazing, Dr. Danyu. And also, let's just touch on quality a little bit. Uh, you've been a part of that too, of course. We search for the right quality because, I mean, seven years ago there was a thought what is good quality, and
Hmm.
things has evolved, and
Yes.
we found a way to do cold extraction
Hmm.
with our lab in Colorado, and
Right.
zero pesticide law. They have zero pesticide law, so we have like pristine of the pristine quality, and it tastes
Absolutely.
good. It tastes amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, we don't throw the term around organic too often. It really means something because people will slap that label on all kinds of things. We've seen, you've seen the fields, we've
Yeah,
seen the certification. It is what it is. So when we say quality controlled, organic, we've been in the fields. You know what it's all about. You've seen the labs. So
yeah.
we believe, and again, for the price and the milligrams that we're getting, it's really where it really rubber hit meets the road is because you get both, not an amazing product at a even better price. And so that's why we think we have a winner on our hands.
Oh, Jeff, we're so grateful to you, and we are so honored that you are MD doctor. For those Europeans and such, what does MD means, and your level of doctor?
So medical doctor, what it stands for. So we have to do, in the States, it's different than Europe. It's 4 years of high school, then
Mm.
it's 4 years of college, then it's 4 more years of med school, and then it's 4 more years of residency. So by the
Ay,
time
ay, ay,
we're not out
mamma
until
mia.
we're 30 years old. So our old 20, literally our entire 20s are studying. And so we get out around the age of 30. And then I did an extra fellowship in
Mhm.
anti-aging and functional medicine. So that was another 2.5 years on top of that. And I did that while I was practicing. So there's a lot of studying that goes in. Dr. Campbell, Dr. Ushino, she's on our panel. She's done
Yeah,
the same thing.
they
So it's
they
a
are
lot of studying.
amazing. All of our
Yes.
doctors are amazing, Jeff, and together with you, of course. And we are so grateful to work with you all. And our goal is to rehemp the world and become a force in this
Yes,
space, and a vetted doctor brand, basically,
absolutely.
approved by doctors.
Yeah, I don't think any of us, we worked so hard. I don't know that any of us, any of the panel would put their name on something that they didn't truly, believe in. And so I think that we're all very much behind it. We all use it. We all promote it. We all, take it ourselves. I always get a chance. I have an extra bottle. I give it to somebody. Try this. You tried CBD? Yeah. Well, if you look at the bottle, they're on 20 milligrams and wonder why it didn't do anything for them. When you can get it at the
Yes.
gas station, probably not the place you should be buying your CBDs at the gas station.
Yeah. I mean, most people would love to try it, and in the industry is not really, for different reasons. We don't have to go into that really, but maybe we can just touch on it before we have to go, Jeff. The recommended daily intake, 7 years ago was 20, 30 a milligram a day.
Right,
But that's not true anymore. We need
Yeah, if you look at all
much
the
more
data,
than that.
yeah, especially the neurologic stuff, anything
Yep.
brain. So just think about anxiety and sleep and stress, but Parkinson's and MS. And if you can just in the US, you can Google PubMed. That's kind of where we get a lot of our articles, and you can type in any disorder and CBD, and you'll see a study ongoing. But they're never below 100 milligrams. So most of the 200, even 400 milligram range, you really have to push that envelope in order to get the benefits you're looking for. So 10 is 20 is entry level. We don't even do that anymore.
No.
80 to 200 is kind of where my pick, because they're usually on 1 or 2 a day. But there's some that really have bad anxiety or really bad Parkinson's or really bad tremor, and I'll go into the 400 range. And luckily, that's $1,000. Luckily we have a brand and a product that we can afford that. Okay.
Doctor,
Yes,
we
sir.
have a
Thank you.
patient waiting.
Okay, thank you. Be right there.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll let the patient know, okay?
Thank you. Sorry. 2 more minutes. I gotta run here. So
Yeah, thank you so much for jumping on, Jeff.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Hey,
sorry.
this is like a documentary, a real live.
I do have real
go
life.
in and out from your practice.
do.
This is so fun.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I'll get you next time. I'm sorry.
No
be right
worries, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much for that info.
Thank you, Jeff.
Talk to you
Good
guys soon.
patient.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Jeff is the best. See you next time, Jeff.
You know what I love about our doctors, Tibor, is that
Go ahead.
they are actually they're working full time. They're not retired for 20 years. They're not sitting on a beach somewhere. They're in the trenches. They're on the front lines. They're dealing with sickness and conditions every day, all day. And they can speak from accurate knowledge of where the human condition is right now. And this is why they speak with passion. So back to you, Tibor.
Okay, so Kimsey, I could continue, or shall we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we should wrap this up. We're at 12:40, and maybe close it out on if they wanted to look at potentially buying something, or how do we get started to boost the ECS, because that's our focus. That might be something that we would value on how they would get started, because there's a lot of people I know that are really passionate about sharing this message with their friends and family, and why we offer this free advice in holistic, I call it the Haven, the Holistic Health Haven, because so many people are struggling financially and they may not be able to afford to go to a doctor. And we know this is a human condition right now, financially, and this causes also anxiety and stress. So offering these doctors, our amazing physicians team, to jump on and answer your questions live or offer some education live is what we want to do as a company to give value to humanity, because we are purpose for profit, and so are our doctors. So be proud to invite people to the group. You're helping them because we want to help them. So you bring people to the group. We love it. We're going to welcome them. We're going to give a bunch of value. We're only just getting started, guys. We have a lot more coming. And we love it because we have some of the pioneers in the hemp space on board with us, and we're reaching out broad spectrum across the hemp industry, that there's many innovations happening right now that we want to bring to the forefront. We want to interview these experts. We want to interview these people who are innovating and bring awareness to this beautiful plant, because balancing the ECS is just one thing. What are we doing for humanity? What are we doing for the building supply? You know, what are we doing for textiles? What are we doing for fabrics? What are we doing to stop the plastic containers? We all want to do our part, bring people to this group so we can make a difference, because the more we have it here, the louder our voices are and the more change we can make. So back to you, Tibor.
Yeah, in the last minute, just you guys can see on the screen, our offer is we deliberately created this BOGO club thing, and it's basically very easy. You buy one, get one. What is remarkable about that? Well, our main offer is 3,500 milligram. That's in itself very strong, offer. So we double that for you. We give an extra bottle because of the new science we have heard. You just heard it from Dr. Donahue. They have realized that the body needs between 200 and 400 a day, actually. So to counter that, we were thinking, how to help people, and then we was, why not do a BOGO then, and then you get 7,000 milligram for the same price. Oh my goodness, that's a little bit more than 200 milligram a day. So you get to double the potency. So you get massive 7,000 milligram a day for the same price. I'm not sure you will find that deal out there right now. We think we are fairly alone. And we actually, if you search BOGO Club CBD, we are the #1 on Google, actually, organically. And we are selling a lot each day, coming order more and more. We are increasing. That's amazing to see that this concept actually was a hit for you guys. It's a cost effective. Why? Because we realized that almost, look at after COVID, most people are struggling financially. Everything has gone up, gas prices, food prices, electric, whatever, name it. Yeah. Nothing stayed the same. And we kind of have a heart for that. So we kind of felt like, you know what, how about doing this BOGO and help people to combat that stress? So this BOGO,
and also to Tibor, the price of the cannabinoids has come down dramatically.
Yes.
And sadly, some of the companies that were in the space initially, and maybe there were some of the pioneers starting this, never adjusted to the reduction in the price of the cannabinoids. So when we jumped in the space about a year ago, we saw the price of the cannabinoids, and of course we were like, why are they charging so much? And so we always go back to our foundation, which is purpose before profit. And we said, what does humanity need? Humanity needs to have access to this beautiful plant, these amazing cannabinoids, and they need to have it in an affordable way. So we gutted the price of, or I guess you may see that, why are these so inexpensive? It's because it is actually the way it is in the manufacturing world. But what you're seeing in some of the companies with high prices is they have not adjusted. And so I don't see them as purpose for profit, because if they had the integrity, they would have dropped the price. So we can come back confidently with anybody who questions, oh, is it good quality because it's lower price? Yep, our purpose for profit is the best quality, lowest price.
So how about that, guys? And that's very rare. And of course, in this case, you can, we are vetted by 5 doctors with high integrity. They will never put their faces on something they didn't know that was really true. So you can
they're just as much believers in our product as we are. Yes. So and I love it when Dr. Phillips says, when we were helping, he helps us look at formulations and quality and vets everything with our other doctors. And he said, I love it. It's not like a verbal wrestling match working with you guys, because he's been asked his opinion before, and he said, but they never cared. But he said, I really appreciate y'all, because you really do care about our opinion.
Yeah, we do care.
And we do. So thank you guys for joining in today. Tune in. We'll to our schedule on events. Like it, follow us, get your friends and family in here. Let's give a bunch of value, and let's change some lives. We love you all.
Thank you so much, guys. Massive hugs. Mwah, to you all. See you next time.